Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we did it! We beat the game, for real this time! Every enemy has been defeated, every treasure has been collected, and every Piklopedia entry has been read. And in this episode, we are taking on Challenge Mode. I have never actually completed Challenge Mode. I've played it a little bit before. I'm going to be totally honest, it's not really my jam, but I'm going to do the best that I can to show things off. Challenge Mode is split into 30 segments. They are short challenges. They're timed. I don't believe anything goes more than 5 minutes. I might end up eating my words on that. It starts out fairly easy. It gets extremely difficult. I will not be getting a perfect rank on all of these because I know what that entails, and no thank you. I am going to clear everything though. If you clear a stage, you get a white flower. If you get a perfect rank, which means you didn't lose any Pikmin, then you get a purple flower. And if you get a purple flower on all of the missions, then you unlock a secret cutscene. If you want to see it, it is on YouTube in a billion different places. You don't need to see me unlock it. I'll let you figure out on your own what it is. It's just a cute little thing. But enough yapping. Well, before we get into it, let's look at the breakdown on the right here. You can see we're going in with 50 red Pikmin and nothing else. They're giving us 2 bitter sprays and 2 spicy sprays, and there's 2 floors. A big part of the strategy here is utilizing your bitters and your spices in a good way. Remember that spicy sprays don't just make your Pikmin stronger fighters, they also make them carry things faster. Let's get into the Explorer's Cave. I'm going to do a 1-player challenge. I don't have a second player. I won't be showing off 2-player challenges. The caves... Are the caves randomized? I actually don't remember. Welcome to Challenge Mode. Find the key on each level and take it to the research pod. Try to reach the geyser on the final level within the time limit. Points are calculated based on the treasures you collect and the time you have remaining. Earn as many points as you can to achieve fame, fortune, and glory. Now, points and flower rank are not the same thing. If you want to get as many points as possible, you need to get as many treasures as possible. However, because clearing with a purple flower just means having no Pikmin deaths, you have found a remarkable object. My analysis concludes it is a key to the next floor. It looks oddly familiar. Have I observed it before? Perhaps I am mistaken. It seems this treasure detects geomagnetic fields. It must have some geological effect. Yet because to get the flower rank, you just need to get to the end of the level without having any Pikmin deaths. The best way to do this tends to be just rushing to get the key and then rushing to leave as soon as possible. There are no enemies on this floor. You get points for bringing enemies back and for bringing treasures back, and based on how much time you have left at the end. A hole that continues deeper underground has opened. Journey deeper for more treasures. Once you find the key and bring it back, I believe you get points for bringing the key back, but that also unlocks the way down. We know that this cave only has 2 floors. I will show off getting all the treasures on this cave just because it's never going to be easier to do it. Take note that your Pikmin are leaf Pikmin. There are going to be opportunities to get nectar in certain parts of some of the caves. In Pikmin 3, using a potion automatically flowers all your Pikmin. That's not the case in this game. Haven't mentioned that before, but just if you're used to playing Pikmin 3, that is a difference to take note of. Alright, let's go. I don't recall if you get anything special for getting all of the treasure on a floor, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see, are there any enemies on this floor? Yes. Let's take these out as soon as possible. Oops! Did not mean to attack the Bulborg with Palomar there. And as you can see, the key can in fact be eaten by enemies. I'm going to do the smart thing and open up this egg so we can flower as many of these guys as possible. That's another thing that's going to be really key when doing these challenge modes, is to make sure that you make good use of nectar. Challenge mode basically takes all of the skills that you've learned in the game and tests them to the limit. It's a cool challenge if you're into this sort of thing. Look, the ground has cracked, indicating an inactive geyser. Have your Pikmin dig here. That's right, I forgot about this. If, whenever you find a geyser in challenge mode, it is inactive, and you have to take time to let your Pikmin dig it up. Just another aspect of time management that you have to, well, manage. Alright, I think everybody's flowered up. If there are enemies on a floor, it's a pretty good bet that those enemies will have swallowed something valuable. So definitely, if you're going for score, or if you're going for all the treasures, oh boy. Okay, we lost somebody for a second. Definitely take the time to kill the enemies in the area. Also, you do not have a treasure radar in challenge mode. You don't particularly need it, to be fair. The floors are small. It's not like the caves in the game where things are big and sprawling and you never quite know where anything's going to be. Everything is pretty well contained, which can in and of itself be a challenge sometimes. Challenge mode is interesting, I will give it that. Not really my thing, but definitely interesting. It's something that maybe I should try to get a little bit more into, and I mean, as long as I'm here, I might as well try to have the best time I can with it. I couldn't... well, I don't know exactly how to explain why I don't like this sort of thing. I think... because... I'm trying to put it into words. I think it's just because it's so different than the gameplay loop that I already know and love, and I'm such a huge fan of. This just isn't what I play Pikmin to do. I play Pikmin to do, like, bigger, more long-form tasks. Alright, so that should be everything. Of course, because that is an established glitch in the game, even if you don't have the radar, you can still hear it powering down. This is the results screen. I believe if you get 0 Pikmin deaths, it's like sparkly or something? Perfect! So the perfect, I think, has to do with getting all of the treasure. But the perfect is not recorded, if I remember correctly, unless you can see your high score somewhere. All that really gets recorded is your, what's it called? Your flower rank. Can you see the high score? Yeah, it's really not recorded anywhere. Alright, well, let's keep going. Novice training. 30 white Pikmin. 3 spicy sprays, 2 floors. If I had used my spicy sprays better in the last floor, I could have gotten a higher score, because I could have had a lower time. Gotta remember that I have those. These floors are going to be a little bit bigger, but not by all that much. I think what I'm kind of torn between trying to go for a high score and just trying to get things done and get out as quickly as possible. I guess we'll see. Whoa, let's get this guy, please. Alright, he had a treasure. Is he still around? No. Okay, perfect. What I want to do is get these purples grown as soon as possible, because I want to get some nectar, and I obviously want the purples to be included in that. You do not have any of your upgrades from the game, so if I tried to use the Pluckaphone, it would not work, because I do not currently have that upgrade. I believe that also means that captains are not immune to any hazards, so do be careful about that. There's the egg. I don't actually know about... oh, that's a spicy spray that I'm not even going to bother duplicating. That's too bad. Alright, well, it's time to split the squad. I'll let them take that back. They're not particularly doing anything else right now. I want to get the poison gates down, and then I just want to use my Pikmin to just get all these treasures. And also the key. The key is the top priority, which is what they're carrying back now. This is a floor that I probably will not get all the treasures on, just because the timing for that would be pretty tight. Maybe I'll use a spicy spray. Unfortunately, we got very unlucky with that egg. Unless that's always predetermined, I don't actually know. Maybe it's always meant to give you an extra spicy spray, and that's how you're meant to get these things back quickly. But either way, let's just do what we can. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm sorry. If you want to see a very in-depth look at challenge mode, this is not going to be it. I'm just going to give you guys a taste, and I'm going to try to get through as quickly as possible. As much as I don't want to, like, rush through everything, I also don't want to not have a fantastic time and have it be very obvious that I'm not having a fantastic time. Oh, my tights. Interesting. Is that why they gave us purples? Let's see. Drink, drink, drink. Come on, beetle. Okay. I'm just looking for the key right now. It is entirely possible this guy has it. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy had it, because he's like a big guy. Oh boy. Oh, okay. That was looking like he was going to go into poison, but in the end, he did not. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling a little bit to come up with things to say, so I think it is probably going to be best for me to get through this as quickly as possible. Alright, you know the story. Whites go fast, and we'll just have these guys ready for wherever the hole appears. Which could be anywhere, so I am going to have these guys start working on these little poison things. All the way in the back. Okay, and it looks like the things that the ship is saying are the same for every geyser and every hole down. Oh, something was buried, clearly. Not anything that we need. In fact, depending on how these end up going, I am toying around with the idea of, like, maybe putting these silent with no commentary and just music or something, like I had mentioned before, because I am already running out of things to talk about, and I don't really want this to turn into just, like, me trying to find things to say. Maybe what I'll do is I will show each of the levels, and if there's anything particularly interesting, I'll comment, and if not, then I'll put some music on and then maybe speed through it a little bit. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think if I tried to commentate through all of this, it would be... Okay, so Perfect is just losing no Pikmin. Yeah, if I tried to commentate through all of this, I think that would be a mistake. So, I'm gonna leave you guys from here on out, and if anything particularly interesting happens, I will come back to commentate on it. See ya at the very least at the end. here's an interesting one, the hothouse. They give you 1 Pikmin of each main elemental color, and you have to make do. Unsurprisingly, they give you 3 candy pop buds. Also, this is a good time to practice your aim, and it'd be a really bad time for your aim to fail you. I am going to get 1 of each color. Okay, red into red, and then I'm going to do yellow into yellow, and blue into blue. I think I am going to commentate for this whole floor, because why not? Oh, they only give you 2. I actually didn't even notice that. Alright, well... Oh, no, there's another one over there. I was gonna say, let's just hope there's no electricity, which I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's every hazard in this cave. Okay. There hasn't been anything particularly out of the ordinary happening on the other floors, which is why I haven't been commentating. The floor with all the blue Pikmin was rough. I would not want to have to figure out how to do that. The floor that I just did before this, I'm pretty sure if I used a bitter spray on the Bulbmin, I could easily get a perfect score on that. Also, the one with all the yellow Pikmin was just silly. I was just careless. That was all it came down to. Ooh, I just noticed we don't have all that much time on this floor either. So let's see if I can find some nectar real quick, and then we'll get the key. I think we're gonna have enough time. Yeah, we should absolutely have enough time. In fact, I'll have my Pikmin all grab something to bring back just because I can. Why not? You may have noticed that in some floors I decided to rush through, and some floors I decided to pick up some treasure. I'm really just kind of going based on feelings. What do I feel like doing? If I feel like picking up treasure, I will, and if I don't feel like waiting, then I won't. I'm gonna predict that the cave, the hole, is gonna show up right here. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Either you can't see Olimar and Louie in the cutscenes, or I am not in the right place. Nope, there we go. Also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but we have Louie, not the president, and we also have the old version of the ship. That's because you could come down here as early as you finish the Citadel of Spiders. You do not have to wait to get the president or to finish the game or anything to start working on this. Okay, so it is a good thing we got a little bit of each color. There's actually even more candy pop buds. I guess I'll use them because it's always good to have more firepower, but I don't know if we're going to need any particular types. Of course, the electricity is always spooky, but it kind of looks like... Yeah, it kind of looks like they just give that to you and let you choose what you want. I don't know if I'm going to use it at all, because I may end up just rushing for the exit after this. This is the final floor, after all. Ooh. Getting ready to rescue some things. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, the only floor that I really would have had anything to say so far would have been the floor when we had all the blues. With the Wollywog thing, that whole situation. Yuck. Did not appreciate really anything on that floor. I'm not sure how I'd go about getting a perfect score on that one. I guess I would have to make better use of my bitter sprays. There was just a ton happening there. Alright, so now I went for reds. There's nothing else to fight on this floor. Really, truly did not matter. We're just going to use our yellows to get rid of that electric gate, and use everybody to get rid of the geyser, and that, not get rid of the geyser, to open up the geyser, and that'll be it. We'll have 0 Pikmin deaths. I may go back and try to get a perfect score, or not a score, but like a perfect on some of them. But at the end of the day, it's not really going to matter, because I know that I'm not going to want to get a perfect on all of them, and that's all that counts. It's not that I couldn't if I really put my mind to it, it's that I desperately don't want to. There are some things that I love to do perfectly on. In fact, there's a lot of things I love to do perfectly on. This is just not one of them. Alright, so we did it. I guess I'll leave off, and if there's anything else that happens, and well, no, I'll hang out until we at least see what's going on in the next level. There might be another cool gimmick like there was for this one. I also don't know why this was called the Hot House. I don't understand some of the names of these levels. Some of them make sense, and some of them just don't. Like, why was this particularly hot? Because of the two blowhogs? Alright, looks like we're back to a regular level, so I'll come in again the next time there's something interesting to say. Okay, coming back in. I was sitting here wondering, where in the world is the key? Turns out, this guy had it. Was not quite able to get myself together in time to have a deathless run of beady longlegs there. Yep, you can and will find bosses down here. So, the reason I was picking up all the treasure in this floor was because I was thinking, like, maybe you have to get a certain amount of treasure back. There was one floor where a cave got opened by beating a certain enemy. Like, it's like, how do I get the key? Who ate the key? I was thinking maybe a little bug ate it, but nope. This was our first boss cave, or boss level. And yes, there will be plenty more of them. Basically, some of the worst things you can imagine they stuck in challenge mode. I suppose it is meant to be a challenge, after all. Now, the question is, where did they put the geyser? Over there? Yes, okay. Well, at least I'm gonna get a high score on this level. I think I got all the treasure back. I was wondering what they wanted me to do with that one spicy spray they gave us. Well, glad that's over. I imagine if I'm actually prepared for that, I could do it with no deaths. You've already seen me beat beady longlegs with no casualties. That just wasn't one of the times. Wonder what else is in store for us. What was the name of this cave? This was the Twilight Garden. Cryptic Cavern. Alright, well, if it's crazy, I will come back.